Coach Holtz, and we'll do the opening statement, and we got Alex Scooby here, and then we'll have Willie Yardley joining us. Coach, why don't you go and kick us off?
All right. Say congratulations to this football team for the way they competed. Boy, it seems certainly hadn't been pretty week in and week out. Seems like we've had a different standout player week in and week out. Seems like there's always somebody. And as I said to the team afterwards, it's amazing what we can accomplish if we don't care who gets the credit. You know what I mean? If it's just about getting the W. And that's where this football team is right now. They are a bucket of smiles in their locker room. They're all happy. That was a hard-fought game. It was a very physical game up front. I think Tampa's got a really good football team. I think Todd does a really good job, and I was really proud of the way that our players competed. Cannot say thank you enough to the people in the city of Birmingham. I don't know what happened at one of the timeouts or something, but there was a roar that it was like, oh my gosh. I mean, it was really loud. I don't know. Somebody probably found the football under the helmet or something. I don't know what it was, but they were really loud. And I really, the way that this city has embraced this team, the way they cheer for them, I just really have been impressed. I had the opportunity to walk around the city this morning and to walk through Pepper Place and all the farmers market that's going on down there. And there's thousands of people walking around down at Pepper's Place this morning. Walked across the city, end up over at Railroad Park. I think it's Highlands College is having a half marathon. There's about 1,000 people in Railroad Park, and I thought, wow, this city is like, it's awesome. I mean, it's come to life, and these people have been phenomenal, and I cannot thank them enough for their support, for the way they cheer, for the difference they're making with our football team right now, and I really appreciate them. But hard-fought football game, really proud of our team. I thought our defense played their tails off. I thought that their defense, Tampa's defense, had a really nice package early, and then they traded things up, weren't going to give us the deep ball. Alex took some shots early that he shouldn't have taken. Took me too long to adjust in some protection things. But I'm just really proud of the way those guys stayed out there and the way they kept competing. And I know Alex redid his ankle the very first play again, just like he did last week. And I thought the way he stayed in there and competed was impressive.
Coach, this is the fourth straight game you've been able to come back in the second half and to hold them scoreless in the second half. What does that say about your team? And then what are some of the adjustments that you're making so you've been able to do this on a weekly basis?
Well, I think when I look at our defensive staff and you look at John Chavis and the number of years he's been a defensive coordinator, I mean, the guy was like probably the best-known defensive coordinator, known as the best defensive coordinator in the country in college football for a long time. The years that he spent at LSU, at Texas A&M, I mean, at Arkansas, he's just known as, when you're known by one word, people say chief, everybody knows who you're talking about, and that's John Chavis. And I think he does a great job. I think the defensive line, Bill Johnson, Corey Chamberlain, I think we've got really three good defensive minds that make great adjustments. And then I think we got some players that just compete their tails off. And I can't say enough positive things about them and the way they fly around.
Alex, how did you come to the game? It sounds like you re-injured it first play and just kind of had to play through it. What kind of adjustment was that for you?
Yeah, it felt great, coming into the game. And then the second play, when I ran, I tried to cut left, and I heard it pop again. Felt it. And I wasn't gonna come out of the game. I didn't. I came out and I've sat for 2 weeks, and it's tough. But I just tried to fight.
Do you feel like you'll be able to play again next week?
We'll see.
Okay.
Willie, can you talk a little bit about your sacks today? I know you did pretty good on that.
I think I only got one because you said sacks. My boy Dondre Tillman, I think he stole one from me, but I think this week Coach Johnson has put together a good rush plan, and so we were just trying to execute.
What did you guys want to do with Jordan? Obviously, you can get out of the pocket and make plays. Were you trying to contain him? What was the strategy?
I think that's our mindset every week, trying to contain quarterbacks and not allowing them to get out the pocket and look down the field and make throws and stuff like that. We knew he could run, and so I know on a couple plays he got outside. We just got to go back to the drawing board and get a little bit better with that.
And then I have off the field understanding you have something going on with America's Got Talent. You want to talk about that?
So I had an audition not too long ago, and really I'm excited about that. I was able to represent for this league and for my team, and so really I think y'all need to just tune in a couple of weeks or months and just see what happens.
Rock star. That's a rock star.
Can you say what your song you sang in the audition?
Oh, I cannot do that.
Type of music?
So I grew up in the church choir, so I usually like to listen to gospel and like 90s R&B and things like that.
Coach, your kicker, he just missed his first one tonight. Why has he been so effective, and what kind of confidence does that give you to have a kicker making this?
I thought about benching him when he missed it, but I figured maybe we better let him, since he's our only kicker. I figured I better let it ride. No, he's done great. The first one he's missed tonight, but he made a huge kick for us. You know what I mean? A longer kick. I think he's been money. I can't say enough positive things about him. And I'll go back. We had the last pick of the draft from the kickers. When it came to kickers, every position was categorized, and then you had a different order. And I had the 8th pick when it came to kickers. And I talked to John Carney out in California, and he said, if you have the 8th pick, you're not going to get all these guys with experience and guys that haven't missed a kick in the spring leagues in 3 years and went through all these stats. He said, but if you pick 8, he said he may not have experience, but he may be the best one in the league before it's all said and done. And on those words alone, I said, done. My pick's in. I know who I'm going with. The last time he put on pads was in Pee Wee, I think is what it was, or junior high or something. He was a soccer player in college and didn't play football, but he has really made a commitment to it, and if he can handle pressure, which he has shown that he can, he can be really good, and I thought he was impressive. He's been impressive all year. I hate that he missed the one tonight, but you're going to miss one every once in a while. But I trust him. I believe in him. Even at the end of the game, it's like, just run the ball. If we got to kick a field goal, I said he's money.
Was he working with John out there in California?
I think all those guys worked with each other, but I think he was out there. I believe they had a USFL at a kicking combine out there, and he was at that. I did not attend, but he went out there for that. But I'd love to take the credit in that. I watched the film and evaluated and knew that he had it in him, but I can't take any of that credit. That's John Carney.
Are there any questions from our Zoom audience?
Yes, this is Hype with the USFL Network. Circling back to the kicking game, how much of an advantage is it to go into any game to have Aubrey as your kicker in a league where the rest do struggle?
It's been huge. It's been huge because anytime you get down there, it's points. And when you can be as efficient as he is kicking the ball, it's a heck of a balance when you can look at the scoreboard and you can say, okay, let's just not put the ball in jeopardy here. Let's not turn it over. We got 3 on the board. Where I'm looking at some of the rows with some of the other teams in this league, and I'm certainly excited that I'm not going through that. And it is certainly a comfort to know that you have a guy like that, and to know that you got a return guy like we do. I mean, I think when you start looking at the way our punters kicking the ball, the way our field goal kickers kicking it, I think Noah Thorpe, our special teams coach, is doing a great job, and then we've got a dynamic returner back there, and it's certainly making a difference in these low-scoring, one-score games from a field position standpoint.
Absolutely. No, we've actually dubbed him Aubramatic, so moving forward, you'll see that. Also, congratulations on staying undefeated, and of course, the AGT. Looking forward to that, so congrats on that. And thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
We appreciate you. Thank you.
Alex, I have a quick question. What was it like, starting this week, after, last playing the first week?
Yeah, I mean, every time you get a chance to play, it's a blessing because it can kind of be taken from you, And I just tried to prepare like I would do every game. There was times where, you get a little jittery, but you kind of just settle back into it and play. And I felt good getting back out there. I felt more comfortable as the game went on. That last drive, I started to feel pretty good. Obviously my ankle was killing me, but mentally I was starting to see it and feel it and kind of get back into it.
And then it was really hard to get into a rhythm early for him with what they were doing. I thought they had a great plan. They had a great plan, and some of the things we had talked about going into, they had answers for, and it took us a while to where I could settle the offense down to where Alex was able to perform, because early he was standing back there taking some shots he didn't need to take, and I take those. That's on me. I got to do a better job of helping him.
Coach, I have one last question. What is the preparation going to look like for this upcoming week on and off the field practice? Like how are you preparing for the football season?
At this point, we have an extra day this week. I know they have 9 days, we have 8. We need it. We've been in a 7-day week, the whole camp. We need it. We need a day off. We really need those 2 days off where we're not doing anything and get everybody healthy. It'll be great to get some guys back. Where last week we had a number of players that missed the week of practice. And so it'll be great to get everybody back, to have a full complement, a healthy team, so to speak, because you're practicing all week with 38 guys with the numbers that we had out, and then you got some injuries on top of that. So it's getting hard to practice, and I'm not just for me, for everybody in this league. So I am embracing this open date, or this 8-day week, and really embracing the extra day that these players are going to have off to get them healthy. But we know it's going to be a challenge. Every week's a dogfight. I believe there's now only 2 games since this league in 4 weeks. I believe there's only 2 games that haven't been a one-score game, which, as I said, speaks volumes for the parity that's in this league, and it speaks volumes for the way these guys are competing and coming together and playing to be able to find a way to go win each and every week.
Are there any other questions from the Zoom audience? Then we'll have the last question go to Eric.
Just one last question on Scooby Wright and kind of the energy that he gives you defensively. I think he said his spirit animal was a shark dog or something. What kind of dance he was doing. A unique character. What kind of juice do you get from a guy like that?
I think unique character pretty much would sum up Scooby. I would think that if everybody, so we could all agree on that. What a shark dog is, I'm not real sure. I don't know that, but unique character would be the words. Scooby marches to the beat of his own drummer. The guy has more passion and energy. It's like he missed a lot of this week of practice. And I talked to him, and it's like, Coach, I'm jumping rope in my kitchen. I don't know what to do. I'm going crazy here. The guy, he is like a caged animal all the time. Inside, outside, he loves the game. He stood up here last week or 2 weeks ago and talked about what this game meant to him and how it was taken away from him for 2 years and how much fun that he's having. But there is nobody that has more fun on that football field than Scooby Wright. He is fun to coach, but he is even more fun to watch him play with the passion and energy that he brings every day. I love him. I absolutely love him. I'm glad he's on our team.
Well, Coach, before I get the red challenge flag, I think that'll do it for us. So thank you. Thank you very much.
I appreciate it. Thanks, guys. Thank y'all. Appreciate it. Go ahead.